Hello students, this is Priyanka Sinha from Careers Catalyst. Today I am here with next video of chapter Force and Laws of Motion, in which we will talk about the last topic of this chapter, that is law of conservation of momentum. As we already discussed about momentum, right? Momentum is what? It is the product of mass and velocity. This we know, and this is just an impact that we can observe after application of force on any object. Here we will talk about the law of conservation of momentum. What is actually the law of conservation of momentum? When two bodies interact with each other, suppose two bodies interact with each other, then after interaction, or simply you can say when they collide with each other, then after collision, definitely if two bodies are moving with different velocity, then obviously the momentum of both the bodies will be different, but the total momentum of both the body remains conserved. That is defined as law of conservation of momentum. As you can see, the statement is written here: when two bodies interact with each other, the total momentum of both the bodies remains conserved. The total momentum of both the body remains conserved. Of course, there is one condition here: no external unbalanced force applied. Okay, if you are not applying any unbalanced force, then only this law will be applicable. So if two bodies interact with each other by their own, then the total momentum of both the body remains conserved before collision and after collision also. So we need to derive this law of conservation जो हमने यहाँ पर लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम जो हमने यहाँ पर सीखा, we will derive this particular law of conservation of momentum. So let's suppose दो bodies है हमारे पास, we are taking two bodies here, A and B. We are considering the mass of these two bodies as m1 and m2. As you can see here, I already written here. Let's suppose two body you have and you are taking that object as A and B. Obviously object है तो कुछ ना कुछ mass होगा. We are considering the mass of these two objects as m1 and m2. And let's suppose these two bodies are moving in a particular direction with different velocities, because both are two different objects, so definitely it can move with different velocities also. So let first body is moving with the velocity of what? u1, and the second body is moving with the velocity of u2. As we know, u is defined as initial velocity. ये सारी चीजें हमने पढ़ी हैं चैप्टर मोशन में. So this u1 and u2 are the initial velocities of body A and body B. As they both are traveling with two different speed, so maybe they can collide with each other. दोनों एक तरफ जा रहे थे और कहीं पर दोनों आपस में collide हो गए. Let's suppose they both collide with each other. And the duration of the collision is supposed t. For t time they collide with each other. Now after collision, what will happen after collision? Definitely if they will collide with each other, then after collision the velocities of both the body will change. It's an obvious thing. When these two will collide with each other, then after collision the velocity of both the body will change. So now we are considering the velocity of body A and body B as v1 and v2. As we know, v is defined as what? Final velocity. So here we are taking after collision the velocity of body A, जो कि पहले क्या था? u1, it become now v1, and the velocity of body B, जो पहले क्या था? u2, now it's become what? v2. So initially the velocities of both the bodies was u1 and u2, and now the velocity of both the bodies are what? v1 and v2. So you can consider that as what? Final velocity of body A and B, that is after collision. This is the condition of before collision, it is written here. This is the condition of during collision. So at that particular time when they both were colliding with each other, so we are just considering here कि velocity जाने दो, उसको छोड़ देते हैं, because after that what will be the resultant velocity, that we are counting here, but the duration for which the both body will collide, that we are writing here. Suppose for t time both bodies A and B are colliding with each other. Now we will prove the law of conservation of momentum, where we need to prove that total momentum of both the body remains conserved. अगर simple word में बोलूँ तो whatever be the momentum of both the bodies before collision, जो भी momentum था इन दोनों body का, will be equal to the momentum of both the bodies after collision also. Now let's derive this equation. It is quite lengthy but not too much complicated. Simple है, बस थोड़ा सा lengthy है. So let's proceed about that. Momentum of body A. At first we will find the momentum of body A before collision, because here two conditions we have, before collision and after collision. So let's talk about before collision condition. Now if you want to find the momentum of body A before collision, then what will happen? Obviously we know momentum is what? The product of mass and velocity. So here the mass is what? m1, the velocity is what? u1. So obviously इनका जो momentum है before collision body A का will be what? m1 u1. It's very simple. Now at the same time, if you want to find the momentum of body B before collision, then what will happen? It's very simple. It will be m2 into u2, because mass of body B is m2 and the initial velocity of the body is what? u2. So here the momentum of body B also we got, that is what? m2 u2. These are the condition of before collision. Now we will talk about momentum of body A and B after collision क्या होता है. So let's talk momentum of body A after collision. Now you can see here the velocity is v1 now for body A. So the momentum of body A will after collision will be what? m1 into v1. And if we talk about momentum of body B after collision, then it will be m2 into v2. It's very simple. We are just multiplying the mass and velocity because this is momentum only. So we got the momentum of body B also after collision, that is what? m2 into v2. Now as we know, if you want to find the change in momentum, then what we need to do? Obviously final momentum में से initial momentum को subtract करना है. So here also we are doing what? Change in momentum we are finding for body A first. तो body A का change in momentum निकालने के लिए, this is the before collision momentum of body A and this is the after collision momentum of body A. So obviously we need to subtract these two. So you will get here m1 v1 minus m1 u1. This is what? This is change in momentum of body A. And now we will find the change in momentum of body B also. It will be what? m2 v2 minus m2 u2. This is the change in momentum of body B. Right? Okay. Now here we will find the rate of change of momentum also. As we know, rate of change of momentum के लिए क्या करना है? Only change in momentum should be divided by time. So here we are finding rate of change of momentum of body A. Okay, this is what? Rate of change of momentum of body A. It will be, ये तो change in momentum है, divided by t. So it will become what? Rate of change of momentum of body A. It will be what? m1 v1 minus m1 u1 divided by t. And now you can find the rate of change of momentum of body B also, as change in momentum will be m2 v2 minus m2 u2. It's very simple. Final minus initial कर रहे हैं. Rate find out करने के लिए what we need to do? We need to divide it by t. So here we are getting rate of change of momentum of body A and rate of change of momentum of body B. Now we will relate this particular term with Newton's second law of motion. As we know, according to Newton's second law of motion, rate of change of momentum is what? It is directly proportional to applied unbalanced force, right? The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to what? Applied unbalanced force. So here we will compare this rate of change of momentum with applied unbalanced force. Now I need to rub this. Okay, so according to Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum, is directly proportional to applied unbalanced force. That we know, the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to what? Applied unbalanced force. Here, see here, we have two objects here, right? Body A and body B. They both are colliding by their own. We are not applying here any external unbalanced force. They were just moving, and during that they just collided with each other for a certain period of time. So here no unbalanced force is applied. So whatever changes that you are observing in body B, listen carefully, whatever changes you are observing in body B, obviously it will be done by body A only. जो भी चेंजेस बॉडी बी में आपको दिखता है, वेदर इट इज अ चेंज इन इस मास, वेलोसिटी, मास में चेंजेस नहीं दिखेगा, वेलोसिटी विल आर चेंजिंग हियर एज वी कंसिडर्ड अर्लियर, द वेलोसिटी बिकम व्हाट v1 and v2. So whatever changes which is done in body B, definitely it will be provided by body A only. And at the same time, if you observe some changes in body B, body A, then obviously it is done by body B. तो A में जो भी चेंजेस हो रहा है वो कौन कर रहा है? B. और B में जो भी चेंजेस हो रहा है, whether the changes in velocity, it is done by body B, right? A का चेंजेस कौन कर रहा है? B. B का चेंजेस कौन कर रहा है? A. So it's very simple because there is no third substance or no external unbalanced force. So definitely whatever changes you are going to observe here, it is done by body A to body B and body B to body A. So we will use this concept. Okay, suppose I'm writing here at first change in momentum, rate of change of momentum of body A मैं लिख रही हूँ. Okay, the rate of change of momentum of body A is what? It is m1 v1 minus m1 u1 divided by t. And it will be directly proportional to force that we know because of what? Newton's second law of motion. So this particular force, we can find out the force. This force, as you can see here, the changes done in what? Body A. Right, the changes is done in body A. So definitely ये किसने किया होगा? Body B ने किया होगा. तो this particular changes which you are observing in body A is done by body B only, because here the second object is what? Body B. So this force is applied by body B, right? The force that is applied to body A, because of that the changes that you are going to observe here, okay, so it is done by body B only. So we can consider that force as FBA. इस FBA का मतलब क्या है? B stands for body B and A stands for body A here. So this is the force applied by body B to body A. Okay, this is what? The force applied by body B to body A, because the changes you are going to observe in body A, so it is done by body B. So we can write that force as what? FBA. Now we will talk about the rate of change of momentum in body B. It is what? It is m2 v2 minus m2 u2 divided by t. So obviously this will also proportional to what? Force. Now we will talk about this force. If body A का changes is considered by body B, so obviously body B में जो changes हो रहा है, it will be considered by body A only. So here this force can be written as FAB. FAB stands for force applied by body A to body B. So this is the change in body A, this is the change in body B. Body A में जो change हुआ वो body B ने किया, तो हमने क्या लिखा? FBA, because this is the force applied by body B to body A. Body B में जो changes हुआ, this is done by body A, so obviously we are writing that force as FAB, this is which stands for force applied by body A to body B. Now this one is clear, I think so. Now we will compare these two forces. Okay, we are to compare these two forces FBA and FAB. We will apply here Newton's third law of motion also. According to Newton's second law, we got this much: FBA mila, FAB mila. Now if you need to compare these two forces, then we need to apply what? Newton's third law of motion also. As we know, according to Newton's third law of motion, to every action there is always equal and opposite reaction, right? What is Newton's third law of motion? Newton's third law of motion is what? To every action there is always equal and opposite reaction. So here we will talk about action and reaction now. Suppose FBA is the action, yani force applied by body B to body A. If you are considering this as action, then force applied by body A to body B will be what? Reaction. Okay, and here negative sign is here, so we need to put this negative sign also, right? So we are putting this negative sign. Here we are applying Newton's third law of motion, right? Newton's third law of motion. So according to that, action is equal to minus reaction. So we are considering force applied by body B to A is action. So obviously body A to B will become what? Reaction. So just put the value of these two that we are getting from here. Okay, so FBA की value कितनी है? M1V1 minus M1U1 divided by T is equal to, माइनस साइन पहले ले लेते हैं, एफ ए बी की वैल्यू कितनी है? M2V2 माइनस M2U2 divided by T. Okay, now this T is common here because both the body was colliding for a particular interval of time. So this time is constant here, so we just nullified that too. Now we will solve this. I just copied it here. Now we will solve this equation. It's very simple to solve. Mathematically we will solve it. Let's just now copy this M1V1 minus what? M1U1 is equal to, minus sign है तो obviously there will be some changes in sign, so just change the sign of these two. It will become what? Minus M2V2, and this minus M2U2 will become what? Plus M2U2, right? Okay, now just shift this negative sign to RHS part. So what will happen? See here, M1V1 और इसको इधर भेजते हैं तो it will become what? M2V2, and here this will be shifted this side, so it will become M1U1, जो प्लस माइनस में था वो प्लस में हो गया, and this is what? M2U2. Now just observe here this part. This is what? Left hand side part, right? Okay, this is what? The momentum of body A after collision, right? This is what? M2V2, the momentum of body B after collision. So this is total, you can consider as what? Total momentum of body A and B after collision. This is what? Total momentum of body A and B after collision. Now just talk about RHS side. This is what? Momentum of body A before collision. This is what? Momentum of body B before collision. So overall what you can say? The total momentum of body A and B before collision, right? This is what? Total momentum of body A and B before collision. This is what? Total momentum of body A and B after collision. So here we concluded that law of conservation of momentum. Why? Because what we explained there, the total momentum of both the body remains conserved when they both will collide with each other without application of any external unbalanced force. So here we are not applying any unbalanced force, because whatever changes that you observed here in body A and B, it is done by whether body A to body B or body B to body A only. Got it? So at last what we concluded, the total momentum of body A and B will remain conserved. मतलब जितना momentum उनका कोलिजन के पहले था, दोनों बॉडी के मोमेंटम का सम, उतना ही दोनों बॉडी के मोमेंटम का सम कोलिजन के बाद भी है. बट ओनली वन कंडीशन इज देयर, नो एक्सटर्नल फोर्स शुड बी अप्लाइड देयर, राइट? So this was the law of conservation of momentum that we proved here. Now our chapter is over. So numerical part is remaining here. We need to discuss the numerical of this chapter, which is based on Newton's second law of motion, that is force F is equal to ma. And here also m1v1 plus m2v2 is equal to m1u1 plus m2u2. This is the formula of law of conservation of momentum. On this particular formula, there are the numericals based on gun and bullet, means to say the recoil velocity kind of question. Okay, so we'll solve that all question in next video. Thank you.